This is a Film Stories original podcast.
Ho, 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 we made this.
Welcome to the Starlight Ballroom. Hey!
Hello, season's greetings, and welcome to Shipwrecked and Comatose, the podcast about Red Dwarf here on the We Made This Podcast Network. My name's Mark Adams, and I'm your host, but I've not got one, I've not got two, but I've got three co-hosts with me today. First up, hello, Christmas Carl.
Hello there, Merry Markmas.
Thanks. Hello, Festive Matt.
Hello, Mark. Season's greetings and all that jazz.
And hello, Bauble Bellend Colin.
Fucking humbug. All right.
I actually planned all three of those on the fly, but I'm pleased with Bauble Bellend.
You would be, yeah.
Oh, dear. I learnt today that apparently there's a lot of people who've given us shitty reviews on iTunes because we say fuck, cunt and bugger.
Is there? Cunts.
Yeah, apparently so.
But tit fart turn twat.
Just grow the fuck up. We're all adults here.
I'm not.
It's the 7 dirty words you can't say in a podcast, apparently, which is shit, piss, fuck, cunt, cocksucker, motherfucking tits.
Allegedly.
Is that right?
Allegedly.
It's on TV, wasn't it, originally?
It's George Carlin.
George Carlin.
Yeah.
Well, I like to think that I am the last bastion of purity on this show, and I don't want to paint myself as some kind of fucking messiah or anything, but it is Christmas.
Right, so, yeah. Merry Christmas. We've all said fuck, cunt and bugger now. Good.
Blood and stomach pills.
For anyone who listened to last year's Christmas special and how utterly pandemonic, is that a word, pandemonic?
Fucking is now.
Yes. Well, we aim to please because that was really popular, so we're just going to, like...
Was it really?
Yeah.
No
it
fucking
did really
accounting
well.
for taste, is there?
I know. And yet they didn't tune into the Smegazine episodes. I mean, why?
It must be the shitter the piece of Red Dwarf thing is, the more popular it is. Man, Back to Earth must be massive by the time we record that.
This one's going to be fucking big.
Yeah. Get ready when Back to Earth drops, we can finally all quit our day jobs and start doing it full time.
Activate the ads.
Yeah.
Right, in all seriousness, I think since our last episode, we've hit 20,000 downloads, which is fucking phenomenal. We might have said this on the last episode. Don't care. Thanks again if I said it before. Thanks if I didn't, because that's insane. 20,000 individual listens to this utter blither.
Do you reckon it'd be 50,000 if we weren't woke and swearing?
That's a good point. Can you be woke if you say cunt?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Right, here's the thing, right? I have got a bit of a bee in my bonnet about this bollocks, right? I actively mark it as fucking explicit. Why would you complain about a podcast that is honest about it being explicit? Right, if I hadn't marked it as explicit and then I'd said cunty cunty wank wank as the first thing that the show starts with.
That was one of the names we rejected, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. But if you see that it's explicit, then what's your fucking problem? You click the fucking link.
But anyway, those pricks probably didn't listen again, so let's carry on.
That's true, innit? Thank you to the people that stayed. We love you. All 20,000 listeners of you.
Do you think it's 20,000 people that have just listened to one episode once?
Episode 1 has had quite a lot of those listens, actually.
Cool, I was on that.
Yeah. It could just be Kurt just downloading 20,000 times, and that's why he's not here.
I thought he was in stasis.
He is in stasis at the moment. He's got more important things to do, like X-Files shit, hasn't he? Also available on the We Made This Podcast Network. The much more successful show than this, but we're kind of probably the second or third, maybe? About telly, at least.
Yeah.
Spoiler, there are aliens and they bang probably around about season 6.
There you go. You don't need to listen to the X-Cast now. Come back here, Kurt.
Yeah.
We miss you. But yeah, Christmas special, we're going to do 2 things. You know, I'm only explaining that after 5 minutes of recording. We are going to do the the listener vote, which I thought was going to be pornography, but is the AA TV and radio ads.
Which point do I admit that I actually voted on my personal and Disc account for the AA adverts?
What? I voted for the porn.
Corruption.
But it's backfired and bit us in the arse.
Was there another option as well? I'm sure there was a third option, because I wouldn't have voted for either of them.
Was it that we just did more specials?
I mean, the specials has kind of become our signature thing, seeing as we've not done an episode on the show itself for about 6 months.
They're not even specials anymore. They're just
No.
episodes.
The specials are the ones about the actual series, yeah.
Yeah.
And-
Stay tuned for a special about Out of Time.
But yeah, we're going to do the AA ads because the lovely, lovely listeners and apparently Matt Latham voted for it. And then Matt's going to take over as main presenter, and he's going to be Bob Hopeless, and we're going to do Smegbusters.
Yeah.
Do you want to explain what Smegbusters is, Matt?
Smegbusters is basically not a rip-off of a popular game show that originated in America but became more popular in the UK in the early 90s with students, hosted by a guy called Bob Holness. It is definitely not a rip-off of that at all.
No.
But it's just a load of questions about Red Dwarf.
As if that's the word you can't say when it's what the fucking podcast's about.
So,
I am not going to do a very strong edit on this, just so you know. There's 4 of us to fucking edit.
Yeah.
so that's the not a rip-off game that we've got coming up.
Yes.
And so it is kind of a reaction to last year's Christmas special, in as much as, well, Colin and I got absolutely fucking trounced by Kurt and Carl, but it was mostly Carl.
Yeah, I think that's probably another reason why Kurt's not here. He won, and then when we realised that he was going to have to go up against me this year, he decided to just bob out and head into stasis for Christmas.
Blockbusters always had 2 versus 1, so it's Colin and me versus Carl, and I do fear that it will be another fucking whitewash. Can't I tag with Carl?
No, but I generally don't care. I'm going to lose, whatever happens.
I'm going to try. I'm going to try and win, and I'll probably be cross.
I mean, I've had a long week. I might just completely blank.
So if I say that they're all questions that are not general knowledge, they're all questions on Red Dwarf. There are some questions that might stump you. There are some questions that if you get wrong, we will physically throw you at the podcast and you'll never be allowed on again because they're that easy.
Bye.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, it was a good run.
I will know the answers, just not necessarily under pressure. That's the problem.
But yes, yeah, I'll go into a bit more detail on the rules and which rules I completely forgot and messed up when we start.
Should we get this
Good.
fucking advert bollocks out the way then?
I think we should. So, we have used a specific YouTube playlist, which we will put on our Twitter so that you can watch it too. It has 2 telly adverts, a mini behind-the-scenes documentary, and 3 radio adverts in that order. So that is the order that we're going to look at them. First up was the first Stellar Rescue TV advert, and for me, because I haven't watched anything since Series 8, holy fucking shitballs do the cast look old.
Okay, that is the extent of my notes. Exhausted.
I actually thought they looked better than what they do in Series 10. I think I've mentioned this before. Between Series 10 and 11, I think Series 11 is when Baby Cow Productions take over, which is Steve Coogan's production company. And there was a distinct uplifting quality all on everything, especially like costumes and makeup. And that everybody looked a bit better from series 11 onwards. But this, I'm pretty sure this was around either the end of series 10 or going into 11. And yeah, they look rough, but they look better than they did when they first came back full time.
I mean, everyone ages, obviously. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But I did feel, because, like Mark, I haven't seen any of the later series past. I think I watched some of season 8.
Yeah.
But I've not seen any of that yet and wait until we get there on the podcast. It's really jarring.
I thought so.
Particularly Crichton. His voice is different.
Yeah.
The first couple of seconds, I was like, is that Robert Llewellyn? Or have they got someone else? No, it is. Okay, what the fuck's going on now then? And yeah, really bizarre.
I quite like his mask actually in this. I mean, it's when you get used to it. You get used to it because I think series 10 is quite different. Because I think one of the first things people quote unquote complained about was, oh, Crichton's head looks different. But
right,
it's one of those things I think that just changed due to, I don't know, they probably lost the master cast or whatever they used in the past.
Or it could be that Robert Llewellyn got old and his face got fatter or drooped or wrinklier or something. I think you've got to realise that he's older. But I think like Colin was saying, for me, because I haven't seen them age as each series has gone along. This was made, I think, in about 2019, these adverts. So the last time I saw them was like late 90s in series 8. And that's 20 years before this was made. Yeah. So, of course, it was going to be jarring. And in a weird way, this is almost like a sneak preview for Colin and me of what the cast is going to look like as we continue into the episodes we haven't seen. Because initially we weren't going to have us look at the AA stuff because of that reason.
And I just hope that the jokes are better in the fucking series. I'm sure they will be.
Colin, it's Christmas. Put your claws away.
Now, I'm going to say this now. One of the first episodes I dibsed, Trojan, which is the first episode of Series 10, was one of the first episodes I've gotten. It contains one of my most favourite moments in the whole show.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the thing that I think you're going to be nicely surprised is the writing quality is still good.
Yeah.
Good.
When we get there, apart from Back to Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah, Back to Earth was shite.
Yes, I saw Back to Earth and it was terrible.
I'm not going to spoil. I think Carl might know exactly which bit I'm on about, but there's a moment or a big moment in like the first episode of Series 10, and I watched it, pissed myself laughing, and thought, yeah, they know the characters. There's just it pays off well, and yeah, so there's not much to worry about.
Yeah, you don't have to worry. I don't think you have to worry about these future series. I say. Once you get past the physicality aspect of, oh my god, they've aged, but I think that's probably at its most jarring during Back to Earth.
Maybe, yeah.
Where the budget is probably less than this advert.
Yeah, it's true.
Wow.
The thing I wanted to point out, and I don't know if we're going to get to it when we do the behind the scenes, did you see who directed this advert?
No, go on.
A guy called Declan Lowney, who directed Father Ted, a lot of sitcoms back in the day, like the things with Paul Whitehouse, like Help and stuff like that. He also directed Ted Lasso recently.
Okay.
Good grief.
He does a lot of things for Glastonbury as a live TV director. He's done 2 Beyonce concerts.
Good.
Backstreet Boys, like loads of that stuff, as well as a lot of British sitcoms. And weirdly, the 1988 Eurovision Song Contest.
That is a deep research that I'm glad you did because I didn't.
There is quite a lot of crossover with advert or commercial directors for our American listeners and music video directors. There is a lot of people do both. So that makes sense. It's just the sitcom side of things is unusual for them to do that as well as all the music stuff. So obviously that's the crossover that means he was particularly good for this job then.
Yeah, this is one of those directors who just you get the feeling likes to work and just does everything. The fact it was 2 Beyonce concerts.
To be fair, he was probably a fan. If he's directed sitcoms, that means he probably likes sitcoms. And as such, when you're given the opportunity to direct even 30 seconds of Red Dwarf, you'd probably go, yeah, I'd like to do that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think it must be a case saying okay, you can't just get any intern who's just fallen out of I don't know, direct to school, if that's a thing, just to direct what is technically like British sitcom royalty cashing in.
I've just remembered the other thing he did. He directed Alan Partridge's Alpha Papa.
Which is very good.
Yeah.
I mean, the direction and the look and the production size of it. I mean, for what it is, it looks good. I think it looks good. It looks sharp.
Yeah.
It looks sharp. I mean, I think the Starbuck has never looked better than it does in than it has ever done. I mean, I think I'm sure Starbuck turns up in 11 and 12.
Yes, I believe it does. Yeah.
But like, I mean, the production because the production quality for the set construction gets a lot better as they go on, and it looks good. And if you look at the behind the scenes stuff, it's when they just basically say they filmed it in a very small box, pointing at a very roundy box for the internal stuff. I think it looks fine, and they probably wanted to get someone who could make something look decent.
Yeah.
With what they've got.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So.
And I think what it actually does is simple, silly, short, and on brand, and fits Red Dwarf, but critically, because it is an advert, it's actually effective. I got the message that it is a better idea to use the app technology over a phone call to the AA, and that's surely the job done, right?
Yeah. I didn't think it was like roll on the floor funny, but I didn't think it was unfunny. I thought Chris Barry's performance he was ringing. It reminded me a lot of the old bank adverts you used to get where someone would be like, oh, you're with that new bank. Well, I'm with so-and-so bank and I can ring. I'm sure that there were adverts like Brian Laurie that used to do that back in the day, or Harry Enfield, where it's like, well, I can ring my bank. And
the Barclaycard adverts with Johnny English.
That's it.
Yes.
I still remember that. I can still remember pretty much. I've not seen those for decades, but I can still remember a lot of the stuff where he goes like,
"Thank you, Barclaycard."
Yeah, the shopping's insured. What? Goes and then Throwback goes, God blast you, Barclaycard.
I just the way Rowan Atkinson was a Barclaycard. It was just I watched. There's a compilation on YouTube somewhere of all of them because it's got an ending. That story.
Oh, okay. I did not know that. It's like the McBain of
Yeah,
it's McBain, but with Barclaycard adverts and Rowan Atkinson.
Yeah, the ending of it is I can't remember his name, but it's Latham, isn't it? He accidentally causes an international incident, and he goes on the run, and they think then it sort of flashes forward, and he's in disguise with like grey hair and a white suit and everything. I was like, well, Boff, is that him? And Boff looks through the binoculars, and he's using a Barclaycard, and he's like, no, it's not him. And they leave, and the last shot is Rowan Atkinson kissing the Barclaycard because he knows it's just saved his skin. I wish the movies followed those characters. They would have been so much better if he would. Rowan Atkinson does. I prefer Blackadder to Mr. Bean with Rowan Atkinson. It has to be said.
I will defend Johnny English to the death. I love those films.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Moving on. So, did anyone spot that the classic cat joke was basically a recycle of Torturers from Meltdown?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's still funny, but it is a recycled gag.
Yeah.
I don't think they want to waste gags on that because it seems to be hitting a couple of, these are the characters that you may remember. Because it's going to be hitting people who perhaps don't even watch Red Dwarf or have not seen Red Dwarf in 20 years, like 20 years or something. And then it's just those things that kind of remind you of the basic tropes of the characters. So like when you've got Arnold going, it's this. No, you haven't got one of these. And he's using Milado and all that kind of stuff.
That's the thing. It's going for. It's similar to those whichever adverts it was that He-Man and Skeletor were in recently.
Oh, Sunny Money Supermarket.
Yeah, which
right.
I fucking hate adverts, to be honest. So I got really annoyed that Skeletor had sold out when.
I don't know. I mean, Skeletor and He-Man recreating Dirty Dancing. I thought that was pretty cool.
Made me feel things.
I haven't seen this, but I think I need to.
I just think Skeletor should be, hanging out at Snake Mountain doing his nefarious deeds.
To be fair, Mark, if you haven't seen the adverts, don't worry, you've probably seen it at Pride.
Right, okay, you're probably right. So I know we shouldn't be tangenting, but have you seen Masters of the Universe Revelations?
The
No.
first
No.
half I have, yes.
Holy fuckballs, it's incredibly
It's
good.
fantastic.
I do
yeah.
want to watch it, but I've not got round to it yet. Yeah.
Get it in you, Colin. I
Okay.
can't recommend it enough.
Masters-
Us woke folk will love it.
Can I do that instead of this fucking quiz?
No.
No. Hey, the amount of time I've spent on this fucking quiz, you better fucking do it.
Let's move on to the second episode. It is very similar. The differences that you might want to highlight are the fact that they have two diverse AA technicians. In the first one, it is a black lady. In the second one, it's a white man. So you've got a nice mix of like diversity, which is good to see. And yeah, it's another recycled gag, this time from DNA with the cat plugging in his
Hairdryer.
Mhm.
But what I like about these two adverts is the cat's the fucking star.
I love the line, don't just stand there looking ugly.
Although he then says, "Get me
Yeah.
a coffee," which does the cat drink coffee? I don't think I've ever realised. I've never thought of him as a coffee drinker.
He does for that sweet AA money.
Yeah,
But then again, though, in 20 years, he might develop taste for it.
he may well have done. Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet he's a latte man. More milk, the better.
And
Before going tangent, I was going to ask before going tangent again. You're talking about kind of other adverts. What are your favourite adverts you can remember?
Oh, the
fucking hell.
Guinness adverts. The guy who, I only know this because it's a music video director, going back to what we were saying earlier, and he was on one of those all these adverts from one of those DVDs of music video directors collections, and it's the Italian guy, the swimmer, who has a race against a pint of Guinness. Do you remember that one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Don't worry, you'll never lose. The guy who did that is also the guy who did the surfing with the horses in the water.
Yeah, which has got a left field.
Left
fact on
field.
it.
Yeah, all those. I love those.
The Guinness adverts were strong as fuck.
Yeah. Of course, we can't not mention the Gold Blend couple.
Oh,
Wasn't
Anthony
that
Head.
Giles? Yeah.
Giles.
Yeah.
It was Giles.
I nearly did a podcast when I was doing sort of little podcasts to amuse myself to see if they would take off. I did one on E17, and the follow up was going to be about the Gold Blend couple. And
Good.
I did a fair bit of research. There's a novelization
Yes.
of the
Yeah.
Gold
What?
Blend couple that you
Yeah.
can still buy for about
Yeah.
£3. I think it's called like A Taste of Love.
Magnificent.
I can't remember how it got brought up, but years ago, myself and Chris Wilson from the Cinemortuary podcast, we was chatting about it, and he found it. We've not read it, but the idea came up, and he was like, "Did you know there was a novelization of it?" And I went, "No."
Ridiculous.
In terms of old adverts, there are two that jump into mind. They're for the same product and from the same era, and the product is Weetabix.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, the first one is practically the funniest advert, and I still remember it. He's basically Robin Hood, and he goes, Robin Hood,
Oh, yes.
Robin Hood, running, and then he goes up to the castle. Robin Hood could be in a fix. Robin Hood spies the Weetabix, and then the sheriff of Nottingham's sitting there eating Weetabix, and he goes, should he retreat back to Sherwood? Course he should. And he basically, Robin Hood just sees it and just runs off.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
And the other one is was a parody of I Will Survive, and it's a driving instructor, and it's like I can remember watching the adverts to try and watch that advert again because I loved it. It's a parody like, do you think I really want to die? Oh no, what I watch that.
I remember that.
Oh, don't turn around here. You ease your foot up from the floor. Aren't you the one who said you couldn't hear me cry? Do you think I'd mumble? Do you think I'd really want to die?
So I had not thought about those two adverts in about 25 years, Matt. Thank you. I
Yeah.
enjoyed that immensely. And also you have a beautiful singing voice. Merry Christmas.
Oh, thank you. That's the first time anyone has ever said that.
Colin, what about you?
Favorite adverts, right? I am too fucking punk rock to have a favorite advert because it's
You're a
just
dickhead.
corporate fucking sellout bloody business bollocks. So I actively avoid adverts the vast majority of the time. So I've just been trying to think for the last 5 minutes while we've been talking about it. And the only adverts I can remember sort of actively watching are the fucking Chewits adverts from the early 90s.
Yes, I was going
They
to
were
mention
great.
those.
Yeah. That was the last time I... Yeah, with the
Claymation ones, do you
Yeah,
mean?
with the Godzilla type dude.
Yeah.
And now I want some fucking Chewits.
So for me, I always loved the Hamlet adverts, but I guess that's me showing my age. But that isn't the one I want to talk about because everyone knows about the Hamlet adverts. If you haven't looked up the Panda Cheese adverts on YouTube, you need to look up the Panda Cheese adverts on YouTube. It's a really mean-spirited series of adverts where a panda gets very, very upset if people don't purchase or eat panda cheese, and he does horrible things to these people who don't want panda cheese, and it's wonderful. It is funny as fuck.
Upset in an angry way, not like a crying way.
Yeah, oh yeah. He
I'm fine with angry
rage.
pandas. I just don't want a panda to be like... Yeah.
Okay.
Fine with angry pandas.
I've googled panda cheese advert, and about the 4th or 5th result is panda (panda cheese) from the villains wiki.
He is a villain. He's shocking. At one point, he pulls out a dying girl's ventilator in hospital because she didn't want panda cheese.
Okay, that's
Spoilers.
awesome.
Yeah. Do you know something I've remembered? Because Mark's referred to me as Tap Master before.
You are the tap master. If I want anything old from the telly, I message you, and in seconds there's a link.
Yeah. Well, the thing Mark mentioned the Hamlet adverts. Because I grew up in a corner shop, so we'd get promotional items every so often, and we got from Hamlet a video, and it was Willie Rushton going around the Hamlet Museum, and basically it's just an excuse to play all of the adverts with him sort of doing little bits of commentary in between, and it's on YouTube somewhere. I saw it the other day, but a series of adverts that really stuck out to me as a kid was the Sega TV adverts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I legitimately thought I could find Sega TV on my TV if I tuned it to the right thing, and that it was legit, and not a set of adverts.
Brilliant.
They were directed by John Lloyd, who invented QI, which was quite weird.
Yeah.
It's where you see a lot of comedians and stuff. Like I got it into my head not long ago that the reason you see so many comedians doing insurance adverts is because it's really hard for them to get insurance when they're on tour.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
I'm fairly certain that's why you sometimes get musicians like Iggy Pop doing it.
Yeah.
Which is the fucking antithesis of what Iggy Pop should be doing, but you can
It's
forgive
not
him.
very punk rock, is it?
You can forgive Iggy Pop because he's Iggy Pop, so he's allowed to do whatever the fuck he wants.
He's got one good song.
You are fucking wrong.
Oh, God.
The one off the train spotting thing.
I expected Ian to just chip in out of nowhere then going, you what?
Right, you need to listen to the first 3 Stooges records because they're fucking
I
brilliant.
don't. Oh.
I doubt Ian will pop in. He'll be too busy listening to Enya.
Yeah.
He does love his Enya.
Yeah.
For anyone who doesn't listen to We Dig Music, there's a running gag about Colin's co-host liking Enya, apparently.
It wasn't even a running gag, it was just one episode where he voted Enya higher than NWA.
To be fair, I'd probably vote Enya higher than NWA.
Was it Sail Away? I can't remember which one it was now.
Unreal
Sure, it was
Godfather.
Orinoco
Orinoco
Flow.
Flow. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the proper title of Sail Away. It's Orinoco Flow.
Oh, it is.
Fuck's
isn't it?
sake, we're moving on. We're not talking about Enya.
I just
In
had
fact,
to
we're gonna
correct that.
Fuck me.
Is
So
editing
right,
this one again?
me, shut up. Right, so the so the advert was once again concise and clear and made sense. Good. It was an effective advert. Good. Rimmer was good as Rimmer. And the candle gag made me laugh. Anyone got anything else to say about it?
No.
It was interesting to see in the behind the scenes Rob Grant wandering around.
We're not doing the fucking behind the scenes. We're doing the
Oh, in that
cuts.
case, Chris Barry's hair was fabulous.
Good. Good.
Now
You know-
we're doing the behind the scenes.
Right, let's do the behind the scenes.
One more comment. Something tells me, and there's something, and I need to. I don't know if you guys can help me. I'm questioning whether these are canon. There's some. Oof.
I'm fairly certain they're not.
Yeah, they can't be canon, surely. It means they've met other humans.
Yes, it would have resolved quite a few of the issues in the earlier episodes if Lister could have just got his AA card out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also he met a woman and can repopulate the human race with her.
It's as long as she wants to.
Well, of course, yes.
It did sort of reach back to me about the joke about the taxmen in series 2. Like, what, because we're 3 million years in space and the entire human race has died? They'll find us. It felt like that, but with the AA.
Outland revenue.
Yeah.
I guess that's kind of like almost implicit because the AA is.
I mean, they're the fourth emergency service.
Yeah. Right, let's go to the behind the scenes. I'm starting to lose the will to live here.
They voted for it.
I didn't. I voted for the fucking pornography.
Well, yeah, but we're still going to wind up doing the pornography. Let's be fair to ourselves.
Inevitably.
I think you should probably clarify that you're still going to wind up doing an episode talking about the pornography, not doing the pornography. That's got entirely different connotations.
Let's just see how it goes, Colin.
One of my exes has got some videos that I don't want to go on the internet.
Are they Red Dwarf themed?
No, they are not.
So I won't do a special on them then.
Let's not do no.
More specials.
No, not that one. There's a line. Right, behind the scenes, I was jealous of the director's hairdo. There you go.
Yeah.
Mind you, I'm jealous of anyone's hairdo. I haven't had a hairdo since I was 27.
You know, I was really surprised to see Rob Grant wandering around the behind-the-scenes thing.
Me as well.
Yeah.
Me too.
It appeared that weren't Rob Grant and Doug Naylor, while they weren't filmed together, it looked like they were in the same place.
The thing that got me was when he's Rob Grant's wandering around and he goes, "It feels weird watching somebody, do my thing." And it's like, well, Doug Naylor's been doing it for you for about 15 years now. It's like, where have you been, Rob?
Make friends again.
Yeah.
That's looking more and more unlikely, isn't it?
Because Rob Grant in some of the behind-the-scenes stuff on the DVDs looks like unhealthy big. But in this, he looks like he's dropped a lot of weight. He looks much healthier, which is a good thing for more Red Dwarf in the future. That Rob Grant's got back in shape.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think what you get in this 90-second ad is once again it shows that it feels like there's real friendship and tomfoolery between the actors of the series.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Yeah, and it's nice to see. It's just a shame that Rob Grant and Doug Naylor can't get along, isn't it?
One of the things in the next 3 million years specials that myself and Kurt did, because we did, I don't know whether Carl, you watched it, or I know Colin and Mark probably avoided it.
Some of it, I remember. Yeah,
I avoided it.
Yeah, one of the things I kept going back to was just basically the four of the actors, just sitting around a table. 2 of them were wearing flat caps.
Yes,
brilliant.
Yeah, and they were just talking and just like making fun of each other and just reflecting. And I remember looking at it going, you know what? I'd rather just watch 3 hours of that conversation. Just 4 of them just reminiscing and just taking the piss out of each other. But you get the occasional thing between them. I think it's like Barry and Dan John Jules just saying, like, oh yeah, we're professionals. We always hit our marks and stuff. And they're just ripping the piss out of each other constantly about it.
Craig Charles saying he had to go walk his robot, which I thought was quite a nice line.
And one of the things as well in the 3 million years is that they show compilation and they mention about Craig Charles has a nasty, nasty habit of breaking props. And it shows up in the behind scenes of this. He goes, I've broken it, and you get the impression, oh god, we've only been here half an hour.
I'm surprised the conveyor belt on Moneybags still works.
He's probably not allowed to touch it.
There's still time.
Yeah,
I think that they establish just how close friends they are as early as the Smegups VHS.
Oh, definitely.
And this has clearly carried on as a fucking lifetime friendship. And beyond the fact that we all get so much pleasure out of Red Dwarf, I'm kind of just so happy for these fellas that they've got these friendships and they get paid for it and they produce content that we still fucking love. Good for them.
Yeah.
Ace.
it used to sadden me when it was like, oh, Craig Charles and Chris Barry didn't get on during the early ones. But for me, the bit where I realised that, oh no, they're like, almost like they're stuck together for life now. I think it's in season 8. There's an outtake where Chris Barry jokingly says to Craig Charles, "Prison's changed you, you know," and while Craig Charles is messing about, and they have a good laugh, and it's like, yeah, only true friends can joke about one of them being in prison.
That's true.
I liked the fact that in the Huntingtons we met the guy who was it Top in the Country or something for the AA, and he was there as like consultant. I'd be pissed off if like my job was to work for the AA. It's like, no, you're not going out doing AA stuff. You're going to go and do this and tell an actor how to pretend to be an AA person. It's like, well, why don't I just do it? No, tell this guy.
Oh, I don't know. It's an unusual day in the office. Everyone likes a change.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
And also, you know, he's acknowledged as the top AA guy on a YouTube documentary. And that's kind of cute as well. That's kind of publicity for him and how he's well good at his job, employee of the month kind of shit. I'd be well chuffed.
Yeah, I suppose. It just seems a bit odd. Anyway, let's bust some smegs.
Right, let's move on to the radio ad.
Oh.
There's 3 radio ads. Yeah. There's no more. We're doing this. We're doing it. Radio ad. This one reinforced to me, at least, that they really do have incredibly distinctive voices. I sometimes wonder when I do either wrestling commentary or podcast with people who have a similar accent to me, if you can differentiate between the two without visuals. Whereas the 4 very distinctive voices, there was no confusion whatsoever. And that says a lot about Red Dwarf and the casting from day one, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think in this one, obviously with it being a radio advert, they've heightened it up a bit, especially Danny John Jules. But you've kind of got really to catch. You've only got, 30 seconds to catch attention. And then people go, oh, it's the cat off Red Dwarf. And I think out of the 4 of them, that's the one that makes it the most distinctive, that you know it's Red Dwarf. Because if it was Craig Charles, it's essentially Craig Charles's voice. And I don't think you'd get Chris Barry or Robert Llewellyn, even as Crichton, straight away. But Danny John Jules as the cat, I think you go, oh, that's Red Dwarf, probably more. And that's what works best for radio, I think. Plus, Chris Barry does a lot of voiceovers anyway.
I think the cat's voice is probably the most distinctive. Like, going back to the Smegups, you see... You have Danny John Jules talking like a cat, and then he talks like Danny John Jules when he's smegged up. Whereas the others do have quite similar voices to their own. Maybe Crichton, maybe not.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Robert Llewellyn and Crichton, I mean, you can't tell the difference between them. Welcome to Scrap Heat Challenge, sir.
Let me talk to you about electric cars. I think, though, this kind of reinforced for me that a Big Finish series of Red Dwarf would definitely work.
Oh, we want that so much.
Yeah.
Big Finish, make that for us.
Too busy making Doctor Who spin-offs.
There's loads of Doctor Who shit.
I mean, away from this, I did send Mark and Colin the Big Finish adaptation of Dark Season.
Dark Season.
I don't know whether that was just was it an anniversary? I can't remember.
I think.
Well, I'm hoping that they're going to do some Dark Season stuff, regardless of whether it's an anniversary or not.
Yeah.
Well, they in the interview bit on there, they said because they've always said there was a third story, and it said that they may well do a bit more on it with Big Finish. So don't not do that, but also do Red Dwarf if you're listening.
Yes, please.
Big Finishy people. I mean, it worked really well for Hitchhiker's Guide as well, and they did Blake 7 for a number of years, didn't they? And that was...
Yes. Surely if there's enough people to buy a Blake 7 serialization on audio, there's got to be a demand for Red Dwarf.
Yeah. And, you know, I think it's going to be the way going forward, because when we get to stuff like The Promised Land, it's notable that Robert Llewellyn's not there for some of it because he was ill. And it's, you know, they're getting older.
Yeah.
And the thing with the Blake 7 one is a lot of the actors were in their late 50s, maybe up to mid 60s, but their voices were still the same. So they were able to do it and, you know, capture it as though they're there. Same with some of the Doctor Who stuff. They've got some of the classic actors in to reprise their roles because it's an audio medium. And I think this is going to work really well I'd love to see them finish the series on television but I'd like to see a continuation from, say, a certain point of time in the timeline on Big Finish. I think that'd be a really good way to do it.
I do. So this one had no Rimmer, and then the second one had no Crichton, and the third one had no Cat. And I'm wondering whether that was just essentially because they didn't have time to have all four voices.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's a possibility that it could just be that, as we're probably proving, four voices can get a little chaotic.
Nice response.
Yeah, definitely. Also, so on the radio, you haven't got the visuals to differentiate as much. And while the voices are really distinctive, if people aren't familiar with Red Dwarf, then it's just going to really confuse people that don't know who these voices are. If there's suddenly four of them that they've got to work out. I mean, obviously the adverts aren't aimed at people, but AA still probably want to sell memberships to non-Red Dwarf fans as well.
Yeah.
There should have been some Red Dwarf keyrings.
This one, basically the gag was Cat's vanity. So unsurprisingly of the three, it was my favourite. Should we move on to the second one?
Yeah, go on then.
Yep.
So in the second one, I strongly dispute that the Cat would ever want a luminous jacket.
Yes, I thought that. Although the Cat is so on the edge of fashion, and fashion changes a lot, that I wouldn't fucking know if that's suddenly really, really fashionable.
Good point.
Also, there's been the thing throughout the series where they've, I think Howard Goodall said, like, we've taken stuff that looked like absolute crap, but we put it on Daddy John Jules and it looks great. A big example of that's coming up in Series 6. And I think if anybody could pull off one of those giant sort of luminous puffer jackets, it's probably Danny John Jules or as the Cat. I think either one could probably pull it off, to be fair. Danny John Jules has worn some random stuff. I like the idea that the AA don't really change their uniforms up 3 million years in the future. They've got a brand and they're sticking with it.
Strong brand.
Yeah. The floating AA van was quite nice, I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it looked good.
Yes,
Like in terms of like special effects wise, it actually looked decent.
Does feel like all of these did have quite a budget rather than playing at it.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say rather than Back to Earth.
Well, that too. And the third radio ad was the least funny, and it was Rimmer being condescending about Lister's competence, and this was one that had no Cat in, so it was my least favourite.
Yeah, it was the line is, oh, I'm just surprised you could do anything useful. And you're almost like, you almost feel like Lister should turn around and go, sod off, prick. Yeah.
Well, not just that. That was kind of the gag of the first few series, but as he got older and as the show progressed, he actually managed to achieve quite a lot of actual useful shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. Has anyone else got anything to say before we wrap this section up?
No.
Man, it's been long.
Did you actually enjoy watching these?
I
No.
liked it. I thought it was okay.
I liked them. They were harmless enough.
They were
and a
better
bit
than
of
the
fun.
Christmas ones.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I genuinely enjoyed them, and the kind of very brief, cheeky little insight into what I might get after after Back to Earth, actually, kind of, I laughed. Even if they were a recycled gag, I laughed. As little kind of like special weird ass shit goes, this could have been worse.
Oh, it could have been worse. Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Right, I'm going to hand over to Matt for Smegbusters. A drum roll, really?
And I don't know the rest of the theme tune.
Fuck this.
Is it did it? No, that's not it, is it?
I'm pretty sure we've got to the point where we're not going to get sued for it being too similar to the original now.
Oh dear, you made me splutter laugh. I was drinking.
I've never watched Blockbusters, so I have no fucking clue what we're going to do here.
Okay.
I think we need to have the rules for Colin.
Okay, guys. I'm gonna bid you all. I'm gonna bid you all farewell. I'm gonna let my friend take over. So I'm gonna. So I think after the colossal calamity that was the Christmas quiz and my hosting of it last year, I thought I'd better get a professional in. So I'm gonna sit back. You're not gonna hear from me for a while, or until I break character. So I'm gonna let my friend come in. Hi guys, and welcome to Smegbusters. My name is Hob Boldness, and I'm here to host this quiz for you today.
Fucking hell. Fucking hell.
Hello.
So, hi,
People
Colin.
actually listen to this shite.
They did. They used to.
My cat is judging me. She doesn't even know what the fuck's going on.
What's going on? I'll tell you what's going on. Going on is Smegbusters, the game show that we've just not made up.
Why are you Brummy American, Matt?
It gives me extra faux confidence, so shut up.
What the fuck is going on? Carry on.
This is what happens when I podcast after 9:30. It's like Gremlins, only weirder.
Oh,
How
dear.
long can I keep this up before I break character? So
I'm not going to cut a minute of this.
keeping the tradition of calamity on the Shipwrecked and Comatose podcast. Okay, so we're going to talk about Smegbusters. Isn't that right, Matt? Yes. I thought you said you was going to shut up for the rest of this. True. Okay.
I'm so happy right now.
I am physically. I like to point out that I am actually physically moving from the left of the microphone to the right of the microphone while I'm switching between me and the character. So,
Fuck me.
I can't wait for next Christmas special when you ask me to do a quiz again.
Oh, my face hurts from smiling.
So before this turns into before we actually get to next Christmas, because this is taking so long, we're going to talk about Smegbusters. Smegbusters is a game show where I have somehow managed to craft a visual element that you cannot translate into podcasting. So
I'm going to screenshot that shit and put it up on Christmas or something. In fact, I'll do that now.
okay, so what we got 3 rounds, and we got 2 teams, and the aim is to have one of those teams win 2 out of those 3 rounds. And I'm hoping to go to round 3 because this took me fucking ages to try to do all the quiz. So I'm right. So we have on the first team we have a team of 2. We have Mark and we have Colin. How you doing, Mark? How you doing, Colin?
All right.
I'm flabbergasted, I'll be honest with you.
Says the guy who has a character that he does when he commentates on wrestling.
Well, that is true, but I wasn't expecting. So, right, aren't I supposed to tell you I'm a civil servant? Isn't that what people do on fucking quiz shows? Everyone was a civil servant.
True, I have no idea what a civil servant is, but thanks, Mark. That's great. How are you feeling? Have you got your mascot with you? Have you got your little fluffy mascot that they always have on the show that's not Smegbusters?
I've got a severed head.
I've got my cat, and she's beautiful. She's got a nice face. I might even post a picture of my
And
cat
the 2 of
on
you will be
Twitter.
up
There's
against.
going to be a lot of me on Twitter over Christmas.
Can I post a picture of a severed head?
I mean, there's no reason why you couldn't.
Excellent.
I think I'd like to point out that this is what happens when Kurt's not here.
No, it was this much ludicrous bollocks when Kurt was here last year.
But it's not just the 2 of you. You 2 are going to be against the Tat Master. That is Carl Bryan. Carl, how you doing?
I'm great, Hob. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. And have you brought your mascot with you today?
I have. I brought my lucky Red Dwarf encyclopedia with me.
That isn't how you did it last year.
No, that's true. It's not how I did it last year.
Well, now we've introduced the 2 teams. Let me just give you a bit rundown of the rules and the way that we play the game. Well, first off, we have a board of 5 by 5, and the idea is for both teams to either get to the other side of the board by choosing a letter, and then when they get the answer right, they claim that letter in that square. And the first one.
Are you actually going to colour this in as you go along, Hob, so that we know what we're doing?
Hey, don't ruin the surprise, Mark.
Okay.
So don't ruin the surprise. So Yeah, and then we had 3 rounds of those things. And the one thing that I did bugger up is that I just realized that because I watched an episode of Blockbusters this morning on YouTube and realized that the team of 2 only have the team of 2 have 5 and the team of 1 have 4. So it's a 20. It's a 20 grid rather than 25, so I'll fuck that up. And also that if I get a question wrong, then Bob just goes and chooses another question. I don't have that many questions, so it might be a case that we're here for a long time before one of you fuckers gets the right answer.
I
Okay.
am loving this right now.
This is going to be disastrous.
Going to be?
Hashtag content.
That's what we've been doing for the last 3 months, Matt. I posted a fucking cookery show 2 weeks ago.
So before I begin, I'm just gonna say, can you all 3 of you see the round 1 grid in front of you?
I
Have
can.
we really got to do 3 rounds?
Stop complaining, Mark.
Fuck me. I've got to edit this shite.
What's that, Kurt? You want us to go to bi-monthly episodes?
Mark, I can't believe that you are resulting my livelihood as hosting this fictional quiz as shite. That's like me calling being a humanist crap. I'm honestly offended, Mark.
Can I draw a dick on this board? Can I actually draw things on
No,
it?
I've just tried. It won't let me write.
Oh!
I was going to try and write expletives on it.
No, I've only given you view permissions. I'm not that stupid.
No!
So, what's going to happen is, I'm going to regret saying this, but I'm going to say a general knowledge question for someone to get control of the board. So, call out your name if you know the answer to this question.
What, actual general knowledge?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Have you not got any?
Very little. If it's on
Right.
Speedway or Cats, I might be all right.
Okay.
Other than that,
Get
I'm
ready.
in trouble.
Get ready for focusing. What animal was Skippy?
Kangaroo.
Colin.
Oh, Mark, kangaroo.
That was Mark coming in. So, Mark and Colin, you have control of the board. Please.
Yay!
Okay, give me a letter.
W for wank, please, Bob.
The name's Hob. I don't know who Bob is.
Sorry.
Right. Okay. I'm going to say that some of these questions are going to be very easy to the point that you're going to get kicked off the podcast because if you don't know the answer to them, they're going to be really stupid. This is not one of them. So, Mark. So, what W is the Guelph word for home or dwelling?
The actual fuck. Wank. I don't know.
You're supposed to call out your name. This is an open question for everyone.
He did.
Colin, can you do this one?
I'm no. Blech.
No,
That was a Gelfish
Carl.
word.
Carl, that's for you. Question goes to you.
Watunga.
Yes, that's correct.
It fucking is, isn't it? You're right.
What? Shit a brick. Oh, we coloured it in blue. That's very good. I like it.
Yeah, it's a combination of. Actually, Matt, do you want to say something? No, I'm watching this. Okay. Well, what Matt has told me is that he's used a conditional formatting setting on Google Sheets, which means when he puts a number in, it changes stuff. So yeah. So okay.
Good.
So Carl, you have control of the board. What letter do you want next?
S, please, Hob.
S. What S is the term given to a mechanoid with no restrictive programming limiting their morals?
Oh.
This is an open question. Anyone can answer. I should have mentioned that earlier.
It's not... Oh, no.
I mean, anyone can answer, but I can't currently because I don't know it.
What S is the term given to a mechanoid with no restrictive programming limiting their morals?
Colin.
Colin, yes.
Steve.
Nope. Carl, it's to you.
It's not simulant, is it?
It is. It's
Oh,
simulant.
for fuck's sake, it's simulant. Of
Oh,
course it
that was
is.
so easy. How did I not work that out? Shitting hell.
And that's not one of the easy ones. Or the really easy ones. Okay, so Carl, you have control of the board again. Which letter?
J, please, Hob.
J. Okay, remember anyone can buzz in.
Gotcha.
What J did Lister believe Rimmer's dad died in?
Colin.
Carl.
Colin?
Jeep.
Yes, well done. You have now
Yay!
control of the board. Remember, you got to go up and down.
Up and down. Oh,
Yeah.
shit. That means I
You
can't
can't
say.
go diagonally down.
Vertically, sorry, yes. Okay, so Carl and Mark, what letter do you want to choose next?
Hold on. As someone that's never watched Blockbusters, what the fuck's going on?
Right, so tactically, you want to pick one that doesn't link to one of Carl's, so he can't make his way across the whole board. So if you picked, for example, H, that would be shit. If you pick N, that's a bit cunty.
N, did you say?
Yeah.
N for November. That's a bit cunty. Right, N.
Okay, fingers on buzzers. What N is Christine Kachansky's rank on the parallel universe of Red Dwarf?
Carl,
Carl?
navigation officer.
Correct.
Yep, it is.
Fuck my life.
Alex.
Okay, Carl, you have control of the board. Remember that you need to connect a way across.
I know I should do K, but I've got to say it. I'll go for a P, please, Hob.
Yay!
That's the only thing I know about blockbusters.
Okay, remember fingers on buzzers. What P is a brand of food that Lister actively dislikes?
Colin.
Colin.
Pot noodle.
Yep.
Woo!
Okay, now the game's tightening up now, and as everyone can see, the board is looking very interesting.
Is it?
Have you worked out how it works now, Colin?
No,
with the
I haven't got a
board?
fucking Scooby.
Okay,
It's-
Colin, you're orange, so you've got to join a path from
That's
the top
definitely
to the
brown.
bottom.
That's orange.
Looks brown on my phone.
It's basically noughts and crosses with trivia questions, Colin.
Right, okay.
Yeah, it's basically that.
Ah, right, okay. So
So E would be cunty, so it prevents
E.
Carl. Yeah.
Okay, fingers on buzzers. What E are a form of shape-shifting polymorph?
Mark,
Mark?
ectomorph.
you no, Colin.
No, Carl.
Emo Hawk.
It's Emo Hawk. Fuck's sake.
Emo Hawk.
I'm going to give that to Carl.
Emo Hawk.
What? I got it in the end. I got excited.
I was just about to say. Ah.
Okay,
It helps. He's got 2 in a column, which is no use to him.
So Carl, which letter are you going to pick next?
I will take M, please, Hob.
We
M.
could really do with getting this, Colin.
Okay. Don't call out with the wrong answer then.
I got excited because I knew it. And
No,
then
you
I
didn't.
I did, but then I just said something that wasn't the right answer.
Remember, we need to finish this episode in 2021. And
It'd be nice.
okay, so what M is the moon of Saturn where Lister adopted his cat?
Colin.
Carl.
That was close.
I think that may have gone to Colin.
Mimus.
Yep, it's Mimus.
Ooh, that's a good one, that.
Uh,
So you want to go for, if you go for D,
yeah.
that's another one that basically means if
If-
we get D, we win.
If you,
we don't-
yeah, Colin, if you and Mark get the D, you win.
I mean,
This
that's
round.
been the story of my life. Bah, 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 bah.
We'll go for
It's
the
Mark
D then.
Day.
Gay jokes.
So, no pressure, no pressure, Carl. What D is the machine that the cat used to find a sexy dream?
Carl.
Carl?
Dream recorder.
Yep.
I was going to
Damn
say
it.
it then, but I was waiting for the end of the question. I didn't know we were allowed to do it before the end of the question. Bollocks.
Yep, you can interrupt me anytime. But if
Okay.
you- Okay, so
I'm going to interrupt you now.
Carl,
And again.
I'll take the H, please, Hob.
okay, which H composed the Red Dwarf theme tune?
Carl.
Yep,
Howard Goodall.
Yep.
correct.
Damn it. We were so close, Colin.
Yeah.
I'll take V then, please.
What V is one of Lister's favorite meals?
Colin.
Carl.
That was Colin.
Vindaloo.
That's correct.
Okay, so Colin, if you pick Y, basically whoever gets the next question takes the board.
Why? You're supposed to say because.
Lol. I missed that gag, sorry.
Okay, so basically, this will win the round for either team.
Okay.
Which Y was the name of the woman that Arnold Rimmer lost his
Colin.
virginity?
Carl.
That was Colin.
Yvonne Magruder.
Correct.
Oh, we win!
Yep. Okay, well done. Round 1 goes to the team of Colin and Carl.
No.
No.
No, Colin and Mark.
I don't know how we managed that. Well, I do. Colin was good and I was shite.
Hob, you shit. Shut up, you. You sit in the corner and you watch. I don't have headphones.
Let me take a screenshot of this shit.
Are you going to shut up, Matt? Yes. Good. Stay in your lane. Okay.
I just got visions of Matt never snapping out of this character. And this was the moment that it happened. And he never managed to quite go back.
Hi, I'm Bahar Bolness, and you're listening to Pick a Disc.
You should do that.
Well, we're recording one on Monday.
Hey, if we ever get to Patreon, we have the Hob specials.
That would be a terrible idea. Right, round 2, Hob. I've got to edit this bollocks.
I'm scrolling past.
So if we win this board, we whitewash Carl, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Ooh, go on, Colin. We've got this, mate.
Okay, I can't find the
I
next
love the
board.
fact that his
Oh,
Mark's big plan is make Colin do it.
Well, I've been shite so far, so that's the only tactic I've got.
Okay, so Mark and Colin, not Mark and Carl, are currently in the lead with 1. So what I'm going to do, Mark and Colin, you have control of this board because I accidentally closed the tab with all the general knowledge questions on, and I and I can't be asked to Google it again.
Okay, cool. I'm going to go with Q. Colin. No. Just in case it isn't.
I was going to do exactly the same. The moment he said a word, I was going to shout my name and say Queeg.
Yeah, but...
I'm sorry, that's the incorrect answer. Carl.
I didn't say I was going to...
You just
wasn't
did.
me doing
That's
it.
why I didn't do
I
it.
didn't. No, I was
Carl.
talking about... No, that's,
So,
that's
Carl,
not what I did.
Carl, you're free to answer this next question.
No, that's not what I did.
You did.
I was trying to be
You fucking
funny.
did. That's why I
You
didn't
did.
do it.
I said I was going to. I didn't say this is what I am going to.
Well,
do.
Colin also did call out before I even started the question, so technically it was Colin's fault. So,
I'm quite happy if it's Colin's fault.
what Q is the area on Red Dwarf used to contain crew members who have come into... Yes,
for
Carl?
fuck's sake.
Sorry, I didn't hear the question. Sorry.
The answer's Queeg. Say Queeg.
Oh, is it quarantine?
Yes.
Shit me.
Carl, you have control of the board.
I'll have F, please, Hob.
What F was the name of Lister's cat?
Colin.
Carl.
Mark.
That was Colin.
Frankenstein.
Correct. Colin and Mark, you have the board.
J. Oh, hold on. No, which one?
J would be cunty.
Go for J then.
Oh dear. What J is the Fearless Sapiens translation of the noise made when you get your
Mark.
Yes, Mark. Correct.
Yeah.
Yay!
Nice one, Mark.
Mark and Colin, you have control of the board.
H.
Yep.
What H is the name of the captain of the hollow ship?
Carl.
Colin. Oh,
It was Carl.
Damn it.
Hercule Platini.
Correct.
it's all right. I got in too quickly and I was going to say Hollister, so I'm glad it was Carl.
V, please, Hob.
Okay.
That was a cunty choice by him, Colin, just saying.
Okay.
Okay. Right, okay. I think you may hate Matt for this one. So it's not me, it's Matt.
Okay.
What V is the name of the unseen entity that attacked Starbug in the episode Blue?
I don't remember it, so no idea.
No, me either.
Okay. Matt? Okay. Right, okay, so what I'm going to do is...
You're going to change the letter to something else, aren't you?
See, now this is the situation that I never realized would come up when I was planning this. So
We were the fucking contestants. Of course we were going to be clueless on some of the questions.
What was
I-
the question again?
What V is the name of the unseen entity that attacked Starbug in the episode Blue? What I'm gonna do,
Mark, Valerie.
I'm gonna give you.
Oh,
I'm not gonna say there's several words in it. I'm gonna skip the first word, which has the V in it. It's the blank beast of Sharmut II.
Mark,
Yep.
Valerie.
Nope.
Carl.
Yes, Carl.
It's not vicious, is it?
It's not. It rhymes with Biddle.
Mark Viddle.
Correct.
What the actual fuck?
The actual answer is Vidal Beast of Sharmut II.
I don't remember that at all.
Okay.
Mark and Colin, you have control of the board.
B, I suppose.
What B is the name of Ace Rimmer Universe's counterpart of Crichton?
Carl.
Mark.
That was Carl.
Bongo.
Correct.
Damn it. I knew that as well.
Carl, you have control of the board.
Well, not to do gimmick infringement on Mark, but I'll take the D, please, Hob.
Wow.
What D is the name of the official currency for the Space Corps?
Mark.
Colin.
That was Mark.
Dollar pounds.
Correct.
Oh, yeah. I'm not as useless on this board.
There's still time.
Oh, true.
I need to point out that you need 5 correct answers.
E, please.
What E is the name of the simian virus that invaded Starbug?
Carl.
Carl?
Epiderm.
Correct.
It was as well.
Yeah.
Fuck.
U, please, Hob.
What U was the game that Lister invented to pass the time that he played with the cat?
Carl.
Yep,
Urex volleyball?
that's close, but you're not quite right. Wrong game.
Oh, Carl.
You can't have two.
It's,
Oh,
unfortunately,
sorry.
I've got to pass it on to Mark and Colin.
Can we confer? Wasn't there some kind of mini golf thing? I can't.
Ultimate something. Possibly.
Ultimate mini golf.
Incorrect. Carl.
Bollocks. Carl's already had a go. You just need to replace it with something.
Unicycle polo.
Correct.
Fuck, it is. Yeah.
M, please, Hob.
What M is the name of Holly's real-life counterpart in Ace Rimmer's universe?
Carl.
Yep,
Millie.
correct.
Holy fuck.
I might actually get to use the third set of questions after all.
T, please, Hob.
It's okay to do the flashy thing in blockbusters when someone's about to win. Okay, remember, fingers on
an
buzzers.
audio medium.
Yes.
Fingers on buzzers, people. Remember, Mark, Colin, if Carl gets this right, you're going for another round.
Oh, God, we've got to fucking stop him.
What T was the name of a very popular stress relief tool created by
Carl.
Colin.
Mark.
Carl?
Tension sheet.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, and
You
now the
should have fucking
scores.
thrown it, Carl.
And now the scores after 2 rounds. Mark and Colin have won, and Carl has won.
Yeah.
So everything to play for. I'm assuming that everyone listens to this at home is on tenderhooks or whatever the phrase
Or
is.
switched off.
Yes.
They probably did that in the fucking advert bit at the start.
I'm doing this for me now.
Of course. So we're gearing up for the final round, the grudge match. This is so that Mark can finally get his one-uppance against Carl from last year. This is Carl to assert his dominance over as not only the Tat Master, as the Quiz Master of the Shipwrecked and Comatose people. And this is for Matt to
Jesus
just
wept.
fall asleep in the corner.
You planned that fucking line.
I'm loving this.
I'm hating it. I'm really quite fucking tense. I want to win quite a lot.
Man, I would love to be the fly in the room of when Kurt is listening to this. I'm sure he's kicking himself not being a part of this.
Oh yeah.
Right, so both teams, are you getting ready for round 3, the final round, the grudge match round?
Yeah. Let's do this.
Go on then.
Grr.
Okay, so For those of you who may have phased out back there, remember, this is Smegbusters, this is a quiz, and this is me, a very real and not fictional host, Hob Boldness, getting ready to... So proud to be here. Feel so privileged to be graced to be on the Shipwrecked and Comatose podcast. So,
if we ever do the Shippy Awards, Matt's got to win this purely for the Hob Boldness character.
The Shippy Awards. Shitty Awards, maybe.
The Comas.
Okay, so round 3. So, Carl, you have control on the board since you won the last round.
I'll go for W, please, there, Hob.
What W was the name of Ace Rimmer's ship?
Colin.
Yep.
Wildfire.
Correct.
Damn.
Colin and Mark, you have control of the board.
I think we've got to go for F.
Okay. What F was the name of the phenomenon the crew experienced in Series 1 in the episode of the same name?
Colin.
Yep, Colin.
Future Echoes.
Correct.
Bloody hell, Colin.
That was easy.
Good work. Well, yeah, but I didn't get it. Neither did Carl.
As Matt said, well, he's still asleep in the corner, some of these questions are quite easy that we have to consider your hosting of the Red Dwarf podcast. But
We got it right.
Yeah.
then again, though, after this, there might be some serious considerations about Matt's involvement of the future of the podcast. But,
He's not fucking wrong there, Hob.
Replace him with Hob.
Or whether he's allowed to be in general society anymore.
I might have to break that news to him once he wakes up. So, yeah, Mark, Colin, you have control of the board.
Mark, which one do you reckon we should go for?
Go for you. Why not?
Oh, we're going up and down. Right, yeah, sorry.
We're going down, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, you.
What U is the name of an alcoholic beverage drank during the episode Out of Time?
Colin.
Yep.
Urine Recyc.
Correct.
Oh, yeah.
Damn it, Colin, you're on fire.
Hey, remember,
You've
you've
got to
got...
go for S. That's the only one we can go for.
Okay, we'll go for S then.
They're not going to like you, Matt. Oh, he's still asleep. What S is the name of the pipe that Lister kept his cat hidden in from Holly's supervision field?
Oh, fuck.
Oh. This is great audio, this. I can be fucking silent.
Mark, do you know it?
No, I don't.
Colin.
Colin? Close, but you're not right. Again, that's the wrong...
Carl.
Yes, Carl.
Steam?
Not. So,
What you gonna do now, Matt?
okay.
What do we do now, Dad?
There's more than one word, so I've been looking so far. It's blank pipe 28.
Oh, Carl.
Yeah,
Service.
it's not. Mark, Colin, blank pipe 28.
What's it rhyme with?
I'm gonna reveal that after you made a guess, and I'm gonna react, and I'm gonna open it. But you've got
Soup. Is it soup?
It's not going to be fucking soup.
the
They were
answer
kitchen
is
soup.
the answer is not soup pipe 28.
Fucking
They
hell.
were like soup repairmen, weren't they?
Yeah, but there wasn't a fucking
What's a soup repairman?
There wasn't like a plumbing
Like the
system of
chicken
soup
stew
going
thing,
throughout the
yeah.
entire ship.
I think I know what it is.
There's a lot of soupy things going on in Red
Okay.
Dwarf.
Okay, I'm gonna open this up so you both can answer at the same time. The word rhymes with... Man, this is not an actual word, but supply.
Carl.
Mark.
Carl.
Supply.
Correct.
Fuck's sake.
I'll go for I, please, Hob.
That would have been great if I'd have won that all the way through in one go, wouldn't it?
It would have been a crown. We could have told your daughter about that one, Colin. Wake up. Daddy's a winner.
Hey, Eldie, your dad has met Hob Boldness. What I was the name of the first Red Dwarf book released in 19... Carl.
Mark.
Infinity welcomes careful drivers.
Correct.
Yep.
I mean, I suppose I should have waited between, but I'll take another D, please, Hob.
Okay.
It's Christmas.
You never have too many Ds.
Exactly.
Ain't that the truth?
What D is the umbrella term given to a range of conditions artificial intelligences may suffer over millions of years?
Colin,
Yes.
dementia?
Incorrect. Carl?
Fuck.
Don't know.
At least it begins with D.
Incorrect. What I'm going to do, I'm going to give you a clue. I'm going to give you a clue, and I'm going to ask you, and you can buzz in. It's 2 words.
Hmm.
2 words. Not 1, not 3, but 2. And you can hear the tension with a knife on the audio medium. So I'm just starting to muttering just to clear dead air.
I've completely fucking blanked on this one.
Yeah.
I've got nothing.
Right, okay, I'm going to keep it open. I'm going to give you the second word. Rot.
Carl.
Colin,
Yeah, Carl.
Droid rot.
Correct. For those of you at home, Carl has just made this very, very difficult for Mark and Colin. So,
I'll go for H, please, Hob.
okay. What H was the name of the Red Dwarf AI system?
Colin,
Colin?
Holly.
Incorrect.
Shit.
Carl, it's up.
Hilly.
Correct.
Oh no!
The full question was, what was the name of the Red Dwarf AI system found in the parallel universe in the episode of the same name? Now, I remember speaking to Matt before recording, and he deliberately wrote that question because he knew one of you fuckers would go and try and answer Holly first.
Yep.
Because he knows how impatient you are.
That's fair. That's fair.
Fuck this.
V, please, Hob.
Is this preemptive revenge from Matt for me making him listen to a double concept album for Pick a Disc this week?
I haven't. He hasn't even listened to it yet.
Well, you fucking should. It's brilliant.
Okay, Carl. So which letter was you gonna pick?
V, please, Hob.
Okay, just remember the stakes. If Carl gets this, Carl will win the game and the quiz, and for a second year in a row, he will win the Christmas quiz. And we'll be getting another year of Mark being pretty cranky about it.
Fuck's sake.
What V are the name of the machines Rimmer and Lister were employed to maintain?
Colin,
Yes, Colin.
vending machines.
Correct.
Yay.
And that keeps Mark and Colin in the game.
Definitely pick B. We don't want him to get Y.
Okay, B.
What B was the name of one of the psychiatrists on board Red Dwarf?
Carl.
Yes, Carl.
Brannigan.
Correct.
Oh, shit.
Fucking hell.
I'll go for Y then, please, Hob.
Damn it.
Matt, they're gonna hate you. They're gonna hate you, or Carl's gonna know it straight away. What Y was the name of the space mistress who saved Rimmer from being cannibalized? What
Fucking
Y
no idea.
was the name of the space mistress who saved Rimmer from being cannibalized?
Mark,
Yes, Mark.
I'm guessing Yvonne Magruder.
Incorrect.
Well, it was worth a try.
Carl.
Cannibalized. I can't think of an episode where he's about to be cannibalized.
What I'm gonna do, because I have the Y question from the previous round, I'm gonna say that one because I can use that one.
Okay.
The answer was
Okay.
Yakatakatula.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Right, okay. Yeah.
What?
I can't remember the name of the episode, but it's in one of the stories that he told me.
Scouts, the Space Scouts.
Yeah.
Okay. What Y, and remember, this could win Carl the game. Mark and Colin, you definitely need to answer this one correctly to have
All
a chance
right.
of bragging
Yep.
rights. I mean, to stay in the game.
All right.
What Y is the name of the newspaper Crichton reads in the episode backwards?
Oh, fuck.
What Y is the name of the newspaper Crichton reads in the episode backwards?
Colin,
Yes, Colin?
I'm just getting it right in my head. Iliad Swed? No, Swen?
Incorrect.
Okay. I was
Carl?
just guessing Daily News.
Is it Liam
Of course it fucking is.
Iliad?
Incorrect.
Oh,
Remember, it begins with Y.
Yeah. So is it our turn to have a go?
Yes.
Iliad Liam.
Incorrect.
Okay.
Carl?
is it Yodat?
Incorrect.
Oh.
Carl, you was very close. You're on the right train of thought. Remember, anyone can call in.
Carl?
Yes, Carl?
Is it Yadot?
Incorrect.
Oh, I thought I spelt it wrong the first time.
Right. Okay. Okay. What I'm going to do, I'm going to give you the name of the newspaper spelled forwards. The first person to say it backwards.
Well, this is the way to end the fucking quiz.
Have we still got a buzz in?
Yes.
Because otherwise, yeah.
Okay. Yadretsi.
Colin.
Yes. Oh shit! I'm just giving you the answer.
Yadretsi.
Okay, I've accidentally just given you the answer. I meant to say it forwards. And I said it backwards.
She had Retzi. Yeah, of course.
Unfortunately, Mark said that, so I'm going to have to give it to Mark.
That's fine. He's on my team.
He's on my team. Good.
Amazing.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
What was the answer?
Hobby your shit. Shut up, Matt.
So what's Yad Retzi forwards?
Yesterday.
Of course it is, because it was the Today newspaper, which used to exist and doesn't anymore. Yeah, of course.
Shit.
I'm so sorry for the unprofessionalism that I just showcased. I came here to give my all and my A game. I've let you down. I've let God down. I've let
fucking shambles.
I've let the Shipwrecked and Comatose crew down. I've let Mark down because I know he was really into this.
Can I have a pee, please, Bob?
Yay!
Okay. What P is the form of Gelf the crew encountered during an asteroid?
Carl.
Yes, Carl?
Ah, damn it.
Polymorph.
Incorrect.
Oh.
Mark.
Yes.
Pleasure, Gelf.
Incorrect.
What?
What P is the form of Gelf the crew encountered during an asteroid belt? Carl, it's your go.
Asteroid belt.
Beginning with the letter P.
I thought we got the only two Gelfs that begin with P.
Asteroid belt. Oh, Carl.
Yes, Carl.
Sirens.
Correct.
Of course it is. Yeah.
Oh, were they Gelfs?
That's the next main series episode as well.
That's the main series episode that you guys will be talking about, which I'm looking forward to listening to as a listener, since I am not part of the hosting team.
Well, it's gonna have to be Zed.
Oh crap! Man, that Matt really likes to try and go for the obscura, doesn't he? What Zed is the name of the villain in the unproduced Series 7 episode, The Identity Within?
Fuck's sake.
No, that doesn't begin with a Z.
Zuck's sake.
I need you to call your name out first, Mark.
I don't think the answer's Zuck's sake.
But if it is...
Fuck it, Mark. Zuck's sake.
No, unfortunately it's not. Carl, it's for you.
It's not zero, is it?
It isn't. The correct answer, because I have a Z from round 1 that was unused, which should be an easier question for you. The answer was Zero.
Oh.
No clue.
And I'm pretty sure that episode will be covered in a special because Mark is one of our hosts.
We've got it on the list, I think. Yeah, I just haven't seen it yet.
Right, okay. So the final Z question that I have, because round 2 didn't have a Z because I only
but pause there. Credit where credit's due. You're playing an American and you pronounced it Z instead of Z. Good work, Matt. Well done.
Wow, I'm honored to have at least one compliment from you, Mark. That's amazing.
Don't get used to it.
Yeah, don't get used to it.
At least it was recorded for prosperity.
Unfortunately, he's editing.
Yeah,
Mike.
Okay, so remember the stakes? The stakes are here. If Carl wins this, Carl will win the game, and again, bragging rights. What Z is the name of the sport that Lister is a fan?
Carl.
Yeah.
Mark.
Now it's Carl.
Zero G football.
And Carl's won it.
Yes.
Da, 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 da.
I am the dwarf daddy.
That was fucking close, though. That was closer than last year.
Yes, it
It
was.
was.
Yes.
So Carl, you have won nothing.
Yes.
Apart
I've won the
from
boat.
the bragging rights for another year. So
In your face, Adams.
Fuck my life. Podcast's over.
And I want to say thank you guys for just having me on and for hosting, and thank you for inviting me to host Smegbusters. It's been great, and I hope that one day that I can return on
I hope
Shipwrecked
you
Comatose.
can.
I wonder how many American listeners we've offended with that accent.
All of them. And all the Brummies as well.
Yeah.
In fact, just everyone.
That's what you wanted, though, Mark.
Yeah, probably. Right, I can't be arsed with plugs. Pick a disc and reading music, free with this month's issue, Writing a Childhood, Chucky Vision. That's the plugs, because Carl hasn't got a podcast at the moment.
Can I not just go onto the battlefield and bask in the glow of victory?
No!
Do it on your own time.
Oh.
Yeah. I've got to edit this shit. Did I mention that?
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yeah,
Yes.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas and thank you for all the support we've had over the past 12 months.
I just want to say happy holidays.
Fuck's sake, is Matt not back?
He's still asleep.
Matt, wake up, say Merry Christmas.
Matt can't come to the phone right now. Matt's dead.
There is no man, only Hob.
For fuck's sake. Matt says Merry Christmas as well. Until next
Merry
time. Fucking hell!
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
I am the Dwarf Master, which sounds much worse than what it actually is.
Shipwrecked and Comatose, a Red Dwarf podcast, was created and produced by Mark Adams and Kurt North. You can find us on Twitter at Red Dwarf Pod, and we are part of the We Made This Podcast network, which can be found online at wemadethispod.com or on Twitter at wemadethispod.
Hello everyone, this is Tony, Network Chief of We Made This. As you know, our podcast network brings together a brilliant assortment of talent who talk about all kinds of pop culture content, such as the episode you just listened to. We're not going anywhere, but we'd love to keep the lights on for even longer if you're able to support our network on Patreon. For just £2 a month, you get your name in lights and the satisfaction of knowing you're helping us produce more great audio. And for £3 a month, you'll get your name in lights, but you'll also get access to an exclusive bi-monthly podcast from the We Made This talent pool on podcasting, pop culture, and, well, you tell us. We'll take your suggestions. For less than the price of a coffee per month, you can help keep We Made This going. Just head to patreon.com/We Made This. That's patreon.com/We Made This. And get the ball rolling.
Elsewhere on We Made This.
Right in the childhood.
Obviously, because of the inclusion of Firestar and Iceman, all the bets are off because they weren't friends in the comic books.
No, it was bizarre. Like Spidey and Iceman have become friends, and I wonder if they've become friends because of the show, or
maybe
vice versa. But yeah, and we did notice a lot. Firestar was basically just Human Torch. They could have just Jenny Storm.
She really did.
Although
really did just have the Human
I did
Torches.
get my hopes. I heard the last name Jones.
Pick a disc.
Evermore I've not listened to. There's a special that's on Disney Plus actually, which I think is her playing folklore, which I might watch. Might have to watch
it's
that.
so good. It made me appreciate. I said after I watched that, I was like, every album, I don't care who releases it, every album needs something like this to accompany it, because I think it adds so many layers to an album when you get to hear the artist specifically talk about why they wrote the song, and the producers are in the same room, like talking about the process. It just makes the album that much better. So that's a requirement now. Every album that comes out needs a documentary.
Frame to frame.
I just want to say, I really love your philosophy about no matter how good or bad a movie is, there's a lot of effort that goes into it. I really like that philosophy, because I find myself grappling with that. It's kind of like it's really easy to tear something down because the finished product that comes out in the cinema or on streaming is nominally bad, but it has actually had a fair amount of effort that went into it, regardless of how that translates.
I mean, Cats is a really good example of that, actually. If you actually look into the story of the visual effects on Cats and how it was literally the day before release, the visual effects team was still working on that movie.
Check out all of these shows and more on the We Made This podcast network.